Disconnect the battery. Take off intercooler. Use this one and that one. Should be fine. This missing one here, but it's okay. Remove intake. I'm just gonna take it off here and here. And mine is just held in by zip ties, so I'll just snip those. Pull out the wiring. Pull the spark plugs out. I have mine set in this holder to know which one goes where, so I don't have to mark it. Pull the throttle cable out. Mine is very stretched, but it still works pretty good. Loosen this bolt on the alternator, and that'll loosen it and remove the belt. Remove this bolt, the water pump, so you can swing the alternator out of the way. Unplug this harness for all the head wiring. Pull off the brake booster line in the back of the intake. Remove any little vacuum lines and ground wires on the back of the intake. Also, this side, throttle position sensor wiring and all the wiring underneath here. Go ahead and disconnect those. Don't forget this plug that's on the very underneath side of the intake. You can feel it, but it's really hard to see when you're working on the car. But don't forget that one. I'm going to remove the intercooler mounting bracket. It's a bolt on the intake, back in there, and two on the transmission. Go down there. I can relieve the fuel pressure and then pull the fuel lines off. Disconnect this coolant line from the bottom side of the intake. Remove this bracket on top of the motor. Connects the head to the motor with these 4 bolts. Remove this crankcase vent. Just disconnect this hose back here and this bolt. The radiator hose. This coolant line here under the temperature senders. Now remove the intake with all the bolts around the perimeter. There's a few at the top and a couple underneath too, 12mm. Remove the fuel rail. There's 2 bolts, one there, another one behind there, and this one here. Getting the fuel rail out is a lot easier with this hose out of the way. You're going to disconnect this too. As you're pulling it out, you have to also disconnect this injector, this plug, and watch out you don't lose your washers out of the fuel line like I did. Luckily it didn't drop farther. Remove the timing cover. These 10mm bolts all around. Remove the water pump pulley with 4 10mm bolts. Loosen the 2 Allen turbo outlet bolts. Also gonna take the turbo inlet off. So it's these 2 bolts down here. A couple bolts that hold on the heat shield. Now the manifold. These bolts all around. I hosed them down with a little penetrating oil of some sort. Hopefully they come loose. There's the little metal thing that holds the exhaust, the turbo and the exhaust onto the block. That needs to be removed. Looks like it's easier to take the turbo off to get the header off, so it's just 3 bolts. I'll undo the timing by I first aligned this mark on the cam sprocket with this notch. And when removing the pulley, I just remove the splash guard and the 10 millimeter bolts, 4 of them that are in here holding it on. A lot easier to get off. There's a 17 millimeter nut. Turn that to align the key to the mark on the block there. And when that's aligned and the top marks are aligned, just slid the belt off. 4 bolts holding the valve cover on. I remove the head bolts. I'm going to work my way outside in, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little at a time. Surface is prepped. Kind of clean the head up the best I could. 10 millimeter bolt holding the oil dipstick in. Undo the spring, this bolt on the tensioner, and the main bolt holding it on. Undo the bolts holding on the water pump. Okay, I've cleaned the surface and I just put the gasket on, and I'm going to put the water pump on. New tensioner installed. Using some copper spray on the gaskets because none of my surfaces are machined. Might help a little. Okay, head back on. New gasket. Tighten in a cross configuration just like you took off. Assembly and basically in reverse order. I put the belt on starting this side, kept it tight, went around here to about here, lift the tensioner, and that gives you slack to get it over this side. And it seems like it's nice and tight. This is still loose, and to set it, I actually put a little water. So I put a little 2-stroke oil on the cam and into the cylinders. And now I'm going to turn it over a few times and a couple times, and then set this bolt and this bolt tight. Okay, so I've heat cycled the engine once since I put it back together. The assembly is basically the reverse of all the removal. I did trim the timing cover, so I just have the marks still on there. Alright, this is cold start. Had a little trouble starting. I don't know why yet. It might have to do with the battery. Not sure. Might be the timing. Set in the middle.